In today's video, we're looking at the trace table that is used in computer programming. Now, on the left of the slide here, we have an algorithm, right? And on the right of the slide, we have a table, right? Now, the table, the column headings are line, counter, X, and output, right? And here we have the different lines coming down here now, which I'll explain in a little while. So let's look back at the algorithm on the left of the slide. So we have 6 steps here, and for step 1, we have the counter being assigned to the number 5, or 5 is assigned to the variable called counter. Line 2 in our algorithm will print the variable counter, right? Then line 3, this is a for loop, right? See, it says for, so it is saying for x from 1 to 3, do this instruction here, which is, well, these 2 steps of instructions, which is counter is equal to counter plus 4, and in line 5 is saying print the variable counter. And then line 6 in the algorithm, right, is saying print the alphabet or the letter W on the screen, right? That's the computer screen as the output. All right, so let us go through now, and we're going to use our table now to show you the different values that you have for the counter, which is a variable, then for X, right, and then the output. All right, so let us start now. So the first line, as we said not too long ago, 5 is assigned to the counter, right? The number 5 is assigned to the counter. So this is what happens here now. So the counter will be equal to 5. The variable, the container, has the value 5, right, for line 1. So we come down here now to line 2. So line 1 is for this line, and here we have line 2. So line 2 is saying print counter. So in this case, counter is 5 at line 2. So in our trace table for the output, which is print, we'll have 5. All right? So this is line 2 corresponding with the algorithm line over here 2. All right, for line 3 in our algorithm, right? X for the for loop, right, is going to loop around 3 times, and the variable X will count the number of passes, or the amount of times that the loop, um, the amount of times that we go through the loop, right? So the first value would be, X would be, can you guess? 1. Good job if you got 1, right? So line 3 is this line right here. Then we're still in the loop. Everything right here is in the loop, right? So lines 3 to 5 would be the loop, all right? So we are now on line 4. So the algorithm 4 is right here, line 4. So can I guess what on our trace table, what we'll have for line 4 on our trace table? So the last value for counter was 5. Here's a 5 on the counter. Then we are here now, we're going to add 4 to the counter. So the counter, last value in the counter was 5, so you're going to get 9. So this is where this 9 came from. All right, line 5 says to print the counter. So the counter from line 4, the variable has the value 9 at line 4 in our trace table. So here now at line 5, we're going to print the variable, the value that's in the variable counter, and that is 9. Now we're in the loop, and X is 1. So it's going to repeat and come up back, and it's going to come through the loop one more time, right? So when we're at 5, it will go up to line 3, and x now would be 2 as shown here. So in line 3 here, x will be 2 on the second pass going through the loop, right? And here now it's going to come from 3 to 4. Here's a 3 and then here's a 4, line 4, because they're in the loop. So counter is equal to counter plus 4. So the last value for counter was 9. We're going to add 9 and 4 and get 13. So here we have counter is 13 for line 4. Then we're at line 5 now, and it says print counter. So the value in counter was 13. The output on this computer screen, if we're using a computer screen, would be counter. So the counter is 13, so we'll be printing 13 on the screen. All right. So remember, we're in the loop, and we're going to go through the loop 3 times, the for loop. So x is 2, right? And x is not, is less than 3, so it's going to go through one more time, right? So it's going to come up from line 5 in the algorithm and go up to line 3, right? So here we have line 3 here correspond to this line 3. We're in the while loop. So here now, x will now be 3. Then counter will be equal to counter plus 4. The last value for the counter was 13. So in line 4, we're supposed to get 17 for the counter, right? Then we're going to print the counter. The value in the counter is 17. So the output at line 5 in our trace table would be 17. So we are here. Now we're going to exit the loop now, because we have done the for loop. We have gone through the loop 3 times, and we are now at line 6. So at line 6, we're going to print the letter W on the screen. And this is a completed trace table. So in today's video, I showed you an algorithm with a for loop, and I showed you how to use a trace table to indicate the values for the counter, the x, and the output as the program executes from lines 1 to 6, including the for loop, which we went through 3 times. I hope this video was helpful, and if you found it helpful, please subscribe, like, and share. In the next video, I'll be explaining the definition for a trace table, and also in the next video after that video, the second video, I'm going to show you the while loop, and the third video will be the for loop. So we're looking forward to seeing you in those sets of video. Please take care until then. Bye.
Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.